What's up, y'all? You want to know the secrets? Here are the secrets. If you go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns, you can get early episodes, you can get bonus episodes, you can get super long episodes with special guests like Justin Robert Young and Hal Lublin, and many more to come. Patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Secrets.
I love it when you scat, man.
Skip bop skilly bop boop beep bop dwee dop skilly dot and dwee dop and boop ba da and dee dot boop bop squee dot and dee dot and dwee skilly bop and doo dot and dwee dot dee 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 doo squiddly dot and doo doo. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Or should I call you Bobby McFerrin?
That's me.
Yeah, baby.
Indistinguishable from Bobby McFerrin for
Kids,
multiple reasons.
Ask your parents who Bobby McFerrin is. This is going to be a fun one to talk about, I think. We got a story sent to us by Richard Hinchy. I hope that's pronounced correctly. Richard sent this to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com. You could have also used our subreddit, wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. And he sent a very alarming article to us.
Wow.
FoxNews.com put out...
With an alarming article? That sounds weird.
I know. You would think that they would be the people who would not want to scare you. But it turns out they do. Headline: Black Death's hideout. Scientists reconstruct centuries-old plague pathogen genomes. God, they're making the Black Plague again.
What? Who are these people think they are?
Science must be stopped.
They're using their brains but not their heart. They don't understand ethics. They're sitting off in their government installation in their clean room with their Tyvek suits, reconstructing one of the most deadly diseases that ever hit mankind.
They'll kill us all!
Why don't scientists have to answer to anybody?
Well, we definitely were, our interest was piqued by this headline because
I've personally been trying to reconstruct the Black Plague here in the house.
Yeah, very, very jealous Anthony Carboni I found this morning.
You know, a lot of people... You know, you hit your 30s and people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna get into home brewing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna get into woodworking. I want to make something. Here's what I want to make: deadly pathogens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple dream.
Boutique deadly pathogens that I sell on the deep web.
Farm to table to bloodstream.
Farm to table to terrorist.
Well, you don't have to worry, Anthony.
Get on your Tor browser and hit me up. At homemadeplagues.onion.
Homemadeplagues.onion?
Yeah.
There's layers and layers to your .onion.
I know a lot about the deep web.
You don't have to worry, Anthony. No one has beat you to this punch. Despite the rather inflammatory headline, if you actually read this article a little
never
deeper.
Read the articles, guys. It's just the headlines where it's at. Headlines the meat of the story.
You don't even have to read the whole headline. Just look at the embedded GIF. It should tell the whole story.
Don't look at the whole GIF. Look at the first 3 frames, and if it doesn't look like it's going to be funny, get out of that page.
Don't even click on it. So what happened is, evidently, there's a mystery that these scientists have been trying to solve, and that is the Black Death and the Great Plague of Marseille, which happened in 1720, are separated by hundreds of years, but seem to be the same strain of disease. And they want to know why that is.
Golly gee, Frank, I never thought we'd end up in Marseilles.
Well, we are. And we got to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Let's take a look in this crypt and see if there are any spooky clues.
Now, you don't go down there by yourself. Wait for me to... Oh, come on!
Sorry! Come on, Jinkies! We're gonna find a plague!
All right. Oh, boy! Oh, look at all this stuff down here!
Oh, gee! It all looks really unclean!
Yeah, no, don't lick it!
Oh, too late!
What?
It tastes like disease, Frank!
Yeah...
Jinkies thinks so too!
Oh, Jinkies, what are you doing? Oh, he's onto something. Oh, what do you got there, boy? Oh, that's a corpse. That's a corpse that seems to be bloated and full of pustules.
Oh, Jinkies is eating it and having sex with it at the same time.
Well, that's just what dogs do, son. I'm sorry to have to show it to you this way, but...
Hey, look at this vial that I found, Frank!
No, don't drink that.
We should open it and drink it.
No, I don't think you should.
Frank!
Does it burn?
I've become death, Frank, destroyer of worlds!
Oh, yeah, you did it. You did it again, Simon.
Womp, womp, womp. And he did. He did destroy all of the world.
That really, I feel like we should have focused on more on the second act there. The part where he's destroying the world. It feels like that's more action-packed and exciting.
It's like season 2 of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Where the real meat of it comes after the credits. The post-credit sequence is where you go, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, he destroyed the entire world. Oh, all right. So this is just guys that are trying to solve a mystery, that are...
Average dudes trying to solve a mystery.
Yeah.
Average detectives.
Yeah.
In a camper van trying to solve mysteries around the world.
That's what they do.
That's what they help people out.
I realize now that you were trying to do a callback to the
I was trying to do Teen Detectives.
Teen Detectives. I didn't go with you. I was completely confused.
I was trying to do Teen Detectives.
I didn't catch it.
Fucked up real bad.
Damn it. Well, maybe the Teen Detectives got an older chaperone.
Teen Detective would have picked up on it.
Yeah, he would have. Older chaperone. It's the weird third season of Teen Detectives where they added that older chaperone.
Well, you know what it is one of the Teen Detectives, one of the actors was way older than the other, but he looked young at the time.
Right.
And it's kind of like
growth spurt.
Yeah, it's like Luke Perry on 90210.
Yeah.
Kids Ask Your Parents. Where he starts off looking the same age as everyone else a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then just by the time it's season 3 or 4, you're like, whoa, that dude's like 80. It's like an Angel situation. It's how are you immortal?
That's what happened with Teen Detectives, and they sort of they'd already doubled down on the title of the show, and at that point, you're screwed. You're screwed when you call your show Teen Detectives.
It's bad.
And you cast 19-year-olds for season 1.
And then they get into drugs.
Yeah.
And they just look haggard.
It's not good.
By season 3, they look haggard, which is why they had to find the Black Plague. They had to come up with a reason for them to look just super diseased.
Yeah. And, I thought it all worked out.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay, well, that was seamless. So the idea here, and I think this is why Richard sent it to us, because it really sounds terrifying that these scientists are bringing back the plague, but that's not at all what's happening in this story.
This is not some Wolfenstein kind of crazy...
We get that a lot. I mean, we were getting a lot of stories with the CRISPR and all these, being able to bring back extinct things, extinct animals and plant life and even diseases. Yes, this is not that.
No, what these people are doing they're looking at these different strains of the disease that happened throughout history, and they're trying to resequence them in a computer. They're trying to use software to sequence the genome and see how these diseases changed over time and how they spread.
Right. So they're creating on paper a reconstruction of the pathogen to understand the progression of this disease. And what
it's
they
basically
found...
geneticist D&D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They rolled a high constitution on this one.
You don't go out in real life and swing around a broadsword. And when you're a geneticist, you don't go out in real life and make a disease and spread it.
Right. But unless you're in China.
Yeah, but you sit and you pretend like you're making a disease, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. The geneticists get together on Thursday nights, and they bring some snacks and some beers, and they put together old diseases, and they go, what if?
My character is Hepaphytus simiflanoni. And he's got some new characteristics that I came up with tonight. He's got
sorry, I'm just trying to keep up. Can you say your character's name again?
Hepaphytus vertithafany.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you said the first time.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, so fuck you. Right. Batting a real 1,000 on the old improvs today. So the actual information gained from this is pretty interesting, which is that this disease, the Great Plague of Marseille, Marseille.
Yeah.
Potato. Was linked to the Black Death, and it somehow remained dormant for hundreds of years. So it resided in some sort of animal species.
Arctic ice.
Maybe Arctic ice. Probably not.
It in Arctic ice, and when we drilled down.
They think it had a mysterious host species that held on to it and didn't kill it, but then re-unleashed it on the human population somehow. So this is actually really helpful, interesting information.
Like that X-Files episode, the Piper Maru.
I don't know, X-Files, man.
The Piper Maru is the one where they had the ship, and
isn't that what Kirk has to do at the?
That's the Kobayashi Maru.
Oh wow.
The Piper Maru is a ship, and they go diving deep down, and a guy comes back up, and like when you see his eyes, he's got like ink blots moving in his eyes sometimes, and it turns out that it's like an alien symbiote that resides within people and controls them, and it's trying to get back to its ship.
Wow. That does sound good. In this case...
This is nothing like that.
No, this is a host species that evidently isn't susceptible to the disease, but can carry it and carry it along its bloodline and keep it dormant for hundreds of years.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Keep it secret, keep it safe. And then at some point, it somehow transfers back to humans and creates another problem. So this could actually help us identify what the species is.
It transferred back.
Are you going to say it's sexy time? Because I hope it...
I think bestiality.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say it.
You think it's sexy time?
I'm going to say we got rid of the Black Plague.
Yeah.
And then somebody saw, I don't know, what is it? It's French, probably like some sort of fox or badger, and was like, I'm going to walk right over there and have sex with this badger and or fox.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Black Plague again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
You think that badgers and foxes were holding onto the Black Death as some sort of preventative measure from having sex with humans?
Well, here's why I think that. Number one, I think foxes a lot when I think of France, and I don't know why. So I associate with it. And number two, I think it's real funny to imagine somebody having sex with a badger.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked those two animals.
That's good. That's real good.
That's what they call the scientific method, Jeff.
Yeah. What's the funniest animal to have sex with? Is it the badger?
It's not the funniest animal to have sex with.
What is the funniest animal to have sex with?
What is the funniest animal to have sex with?
I mean...
He said out loud during the greatest episode they ever recorded.
Do you think like the size thing with an elephant might be funny? Like the size differential?
Sure, like initially, but I think it's also a little bit boring because I don't think the elephant notices very much.
Well, maybe not for you.
Whoa! Why not? So this traveled in a host organism and then was somehow re-released.
You don't want to stick with the animal sex stories?
Out of all the things that we've abandoned, you want to stick with animal sex stories
Not
this
really.
episode.
Not really. Yeah, so that's the real meat of this. And I think the reason we wanted to bring this up is because...
Why aren't people actually trying to re-release this disease? Why am I the only one sitting in my shed trying to destroy mankind with a super virus?
I don't think that's why we wanted to bring it up, Anthony, because you want to keep that secret and keep it safe. You don't want people to know about that.
Well, I want to keep it secret up to a point, and then I want to release it.
Wildly unsafe.
Yeah.
Yes. No, this is yet another example of how terrible news has become.
Especially science news.
It's so depressing.
It's a bummer because we were talking about this in our episode about the ninth planet, where I am now less likely to believe the headline of a genuinely interesting story.
Right.
Like possible discovery of a ninth planet.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Right.
I say fuck right off and I don't read that link
it's
the
the
first
boy
time.
who cried wolf.
Yeah, because science headlines are so terrible. This is like, they're reconstructing this genome. Like, it's purposely vague enough.
Yeah. It's not factually incorrect. And if you read the article closely enough, you can discern the actual truth of what's going on.
But even in the first paragraph of the article, they make it sound like, oh, we found the Black Plague and we're reconstructing it.
It says the team successfully reconstructed complete pathogen genomes from victims of the Great Plague of Marseille. And that's not incorrect, but they don't make it clear that they didn't actually physically create them. They just studied them to understand where they're coming from. And you can kind of parse that out because everybody that they quote in the article is a computer analyst.
Yeah.
So it's not a biologist.
Well, this is not, we should say thank you, Richard Hinchy, for sending this in.
Yeah.
And we're not
criticizing you.
Criticizing Richard Hinchy. This is a good story.
Yeah.
It is a good story, and we like that it was sent in. But I think, and I think maybe Richard thought the same thing. This is interesting because of what they're saying and then what it actually means.
Yeah.
And I'm so bummed about this in science reporting and in science news lately, where these headlines are purposely used in such a way.
Yeah.
To make you think the worst.
Well, it's check your source as well. It's if you're looking at actual science websites, a lot of them are really good and will give you facts. And a lot of these news websites just want you to click on the article, so they frame it in a way that seems alarming and clickbaity.
So we'd like to thank all you members of the press for coming. What we found here is a new type of solar cell that can absorb 20 times more solar energy.
I have a question!
Yeah. Yes, sir.
If we absorb all of the energy of our sun, will we bring on the cold death of the universe within our lifetimes? Your answer in please 2 words.
You're dumb.
So you're saying that we've all been hoodwinked. We're all dumb. We're all living in a world where we're going to suck the energy out of the sun and we'll all die within our lifetimes. Your response?
No.
No, he says. Headline. Scientist screams no about
cold death of the universe imminent. And then another headline is just like, solar panels destroying entire solar system. Ice age coming.
Energy independence. At what cost?
Yeah, so that's basically my inbox every morning.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at like science press releases and science headlines and stuff, I'm just like, whew. But that's sort of the problem is when you read the actual press releases that come from these labs, they have the most boring headlines in the world.
Well, that's the great / bad thing about scientists is that they're very tempered.
Yeah. Well, even their PR departments,
yeah.
It's very funny because like, okay, well, this is the discovery we made. And you know that some PR person is like, ooh, good, I'll just punch that up. And then they look at it and they're like, no, this is absolutely not what we said.
Yeah.
So you get these like really kind of bland and sort of hard to understand headlines. And so then you get these journalists who come and get the press releases and they're like, well, I can't release it with this headline because nobody's going to read it. I barely wanted to read it.
Right. And I barely did read it. And that's why I got half of it wrong.
I understood the word zebra. And so I read because I was like, zebras are cool.
Yeah.
They're like,
which, by the way,
they're like stripy horses.
The zebra is the host animal. And they got fucked real good. The zebras.
But they couldn't just say that in one sentence. They had to couch it scientifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why we kind of found this interesting. There is no reconstruction of the Black Plague in some vial somewhere in a lab.
Yeah,
as far as you know,
it's not in a lab. It's more of a tastefully furnished apartment.
Yeah, it's more of a weird side door in an office complex that looks completely innocuous.
Yeah,
when
very
in reality,
nondescript.
It's innocuous.
You've
got to be inoculated.
Yeah,
to go in.
And you also have to knock.
You also have to knock 3 times. There's a lot going on.
There's a secret knock to indicate that you've been inoculated.
Best episode or best episode? Let us know on Twitter.
Yeah, this is the real good one. Black Death coming back.
Black Death coming back. Best episode ever? Let us know on Twitter. I'm at A. Carpenter.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag that best episode ever.
I love that. And when someone's so sadly trying to actually indicate what they think is our best episode ever, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
That's okay.
We'll never know.
I'm happy with it. I'm just really scared about the Black Death coming back. So
yeah, I think that's what we were supposed to take away from this.
So good. Mission accomplished.